Good evening, and welcome to the L2S Racing League's Tier 2 Round 4 Russian Grand Prix. We are about to start qualifying. We've got an 18-minute qualifying followed by a 50% race. Tonight you've got myself, Infamous, and Ian MC on commentary.
Yep, alright, Infamous. Looking forward to another race this week. Number 4 this time. I got it right this week, mate. I think we're in for another good race again, man. Tier 2 haven't let us down so far.
Yeah, really looking forward to this too, buddy. Can't wait to see who's going to get pole. Early runners, BMC on track, sporting as grey and red livery.
Had a bit of technical difficulties then. I didn't have any audio, but it's back now. Sorry about that.
Good.
Yeah, all good though.
So yeah, we've just got everyone on their outlaps at the moment. Some early runners. I think most of the drivers are looking to put their first runs in on the softs. A couple of drivers, Mitch, Anglo Truck, GT Fanatic, have opted for mediums for their first run. So let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, I think they're all going to be trying to do what Bull Tex King done last week. Get a really fast lap in nice and early. Sort of ease the pressure for the rest of the session.
You're right, it's so important to get a good early lap in qualifying, just to give you that sort of confidence and a good delta to improve on.
Yeah, especially around Russia as well, because if you start pushing too hard, it's too easy to get track limits and invalidate your time. So you need to get a good banker lap in nice and early.
Yeah.
I'm just on board with
corner cutting.
Oh, corner cutting is brutal around here.
Go ahead, buddy.
I'm just on board with Chris is just gonna be starting his first hot lap now. Just crossing the start finish line. I'm pretty sure he'll be one of the ones quite far up the grid today. It looks like Infamous is experiencing some technical difficulties thanks to the PS network. So just ride on board with Chris, see how he gets on with his first hot lap. Looks like BMC might have retired there, an incident, yellow flag on track. Yep, he's made contact with the wall there. So you've got most drivers out on the softs. Chris just coming around what I find the trickiest part of the track, those couple of corners. Desert Rat's put in a 132.1 to go pole. You've got Chris with 130.4. It's an impressive time from him. I think he'll be happy with that. Jump on with someone else. Who have you got? SimV just coming to the end of his lap, coming on the final corner now. As he just puts that on second, 131.2. Amandio straight in second. It's going to be close again this week between this grid of drivers. Who else is on a lap? Knickknacks Rocks invalidated it. Mitch in the pits. Follow Mini Daniel for the end of his lap. Well, just starting his hot lap by the looks of it. You'll ride on board with him, see how he gets on. Oh, it looks like he's rear-ended someone there. So that's a bit scruffy from a couple of drivers there. So it's important when you're qualifying with this many cars on the grid. You always need to keep a little eye on your map. Just be aware of what's going on around you, what traffic you're coming up to. Also, if there's cars behind you on a hot lap, you need to try and move out the way. Easier said than done sometimes, or it could just be a few drivers on a hot lap at the same time. And maybe nobody just wants to back out, they could all be up on the delta. Unfortunate, but still plenty of time to get a decent lap in. GT Fanatic on the mediums is running P7 so far. Making his way to the final 2 corners. Just keeps it P8 on the medium tyres. Are you back, Mo?
Yeah, buddy. Just loading back up.
No problem.
Lots of connection issues.
Yeah, I know. I seen what happened. Then I was like, up PSN doing its usual tricks.
Was it just me, or was there a few people?
No, it was just you.
Oh, that's good then. As long as we haven't lost any drivers.
No, still. Well, we've had one DNF, but nobody's been lost due to connection.
Could you send me a friend
An invite?
Let's go into the start menu.
Yeah, no problem.
Cheers, buddy.
Sorry about that, I just had to send an invite to Infamous to get him back in the lobby. Riding on board with Mitch on a hot lap on a soft tyres.
Had to remember to spectate. I nearly readied up.
You end up on track doing a quali lap of your own. Mitch putting it on P5s. Got Mini Daniel out on another lap after breaking his front wing. Still yet to get a time on the board.
And I am back. Apologies regarding that technical issue. Back and live, and hopefully here to stay for the rest of the race.
Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Got Mini Daniels has just invalidated his lap.
We've got Would You Rather just starting a quick lap.
Let's jump on board with him.
He's got about a good 8/10 to make up on Chris to get provisional pole.
Got BMC left a session. Got Sim V 3, just 4/10 behind Chris. Some really fast times being put in again this week by Tier 2.
This is a really competitive bunch.
Yeah.
Here in Tier 2.
Yeah, definitely. We're off to a good start anyway, 4 runs in today.
Nick Nack with a good time of a 1:31.2.
Yeah, there's nothing between him and Would You Rather.
Nothing. But I think Would You Rather is
Would You Rather's just invalidated it.
That's
so easily done at the final 2 corners as well.
Yeah.
He's trying to carry so much speed. Looks like he's just straight onto another lap. No messing about. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like he's still on a lap. Close to invalidating there at turn 1.
The onboard T-Luck, who's just coming into the final sector, looking to put in a better lap than the 1:34.1 he's currently got on the board. Nice wide exit.
Oh, he's back, bailed out into the pits.
Yep.
I think
that's a good shout. That's a good shout. It's only 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, fresh set of rubber on. Out there and see if you can nick pole off of Chris, but that's a hard task for anyone, I think. He's starting to he's really proved how fast he is over the last couple of weeks with the quali times and with his race pace as well.
He's consistently been up to the top end of the timing sheets.
Yeah.
And it looks like Would You Rather take it's a slow down lap that he's looking to quickly get in the pits, put a new fresh pair of boots on and try to get pole.
Just on board with Gemio. He's just coming into sector 2. He's 1.4 seconds off the leader at the moment in P9. Invalidated.
Penalty central this track is.
Up, yeah. Me and Dacunia done a little practice round here earlier, and 22 laps into a 27 lap race, I had 18 seconds worth of pens, and I think he had 15.
Oh, it's gonna be a race where penalties are gonna decide how it's gonna end.
Yeah, 100. I feel like I'm saying that every week lately, but it's just, I think it's just the tracks we've been getting. It's almost a collision there between Amandio and another car. I don't know how he got away with that. Then I was riding on board with Amandio. He was definitely off track.
But he is up. He is up.
He is up.
Half a tenth. It looks like he's. Oh, what was
Oh,
that?
he just took the end plate off.
Hmm.
Well, more than the end plate. Half the wing seems to be missing.
No.
Oh, that would be a retirement then.
Yeah. Don't want to have to see that.
Yep.
You've got Mitch coming to the
Oh, it's
invalidate fee.
so easily done on that little kink at turn 1.
I think
Got
you just want to get a
Castro.
good lap in. 90%. There's no need to get to 100%. You know.
Looking at it, it looks like everybody that's on a lap is on an invalidated lap. So if you're for the people that are watching, that will give you some sort of guideline on how much penalties is going to be getting accumulated by drivers tonight.
Yeah, it's probably one of the easiest track to get penalties across the whole track.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be the easiest one on the calendar. I always struggle around Russia for penalties.
Yeah, but there's tracks like Canada where track limits are quite easy there, but I think across the entire track, Sector 1 and Sector 2, it's so easy to get penalties in those 90-degree rights and lefts, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah, definitely. You've got Desert Rat in Sector 2 on a hot lap. He'll be looking to keep it as clean as he can just to get try and improve on his time. P8 at the moment, right in the thick of it. We'll ride on board with him for the rest of his lap.
Yeah.
Just coming up to the final 2 corners. He stays P8. We've got Spaceman on a hot lap, just on the back straight.
Got Simvi, who is almost 2/10 up in the first sector.
Jump on board with him and see if he can steal pole off of Chris.
Chris is already on a slightly better Sector 1 as well. We've got Nick Knack, who's 3/10 up on his current lap time. Rui George slams it into second.
That's a nice lap from Rui George.
Oh, yeah, Chris has invalidated, so he can't improve.
We've got SemV just making his way through Sector 3 now. Kind of the last 2 right-handers in the final corner. Good drive out of there. Oh, next P2 off of Rui George. Only one, almost 2 tenths behind Chris. I think he'll be happy with that lap.
Yeah.
Got SDFC, looks like he's had a spin on track. Looks like that's going to be the grid for round 4.
Yep, it doesn't look like anyone can improve. We've got, as it stands, with yep, I think everyone has completed their laps. Yep.
Yeah, so it looks like that'll be the grid then. Run you through the top 10. You've got Chris on P1, Simv 2, Rui George in 3rd, Nick Max Rock 4, Would You Rather 5, Amandio P6, Mitch P7, Desert Rat 8, and Castro France 9, Spaceman in P10.
That was tight, I think, from Knick Knack all the way to, I think, Desert Rat, Mitch, really, really tight pack there. All of them within a tenth and a half of each other. Chris and Simvi put in some really, really good laps there, and should be really happy with that.
Oh, it's a wet race. That's just livened things up a bit.
This is going to be...
Yep, it's going to make it interesting. I wonder how many drivers actually check the weather, because it's not always a first thing I do. Sometimes I forget to put my bloody setup on. But yeah, this has just made this more interesting. Definitely in front.
Second week in a row.
Yeah.
Second week in a row where Chris qualified in pole and has to deal with a wet start. This is going to be exciting.
Definitely, it'll be good to see. It'll be interesting to see whether it's a mixed conditions race or whether it's going to be wet for the whole race. The drivers just be getting ready on the grid now. 5 lights.
And away we go.
Chris looks to have made a decent start there with the conditions. See how they all do getting down to... Oh, there's contact in the back. We've got a massive contact in the back.
Safety car. Immediately.
Yep, that's never a good start.
Oh, we've... Chaos going into the first corner.
Yep, a lot of...
Safety car.
Yep, lots of penalties dished out there. Severe collisions. So it looked like someone gained a position. That'll be the last thing Chris would have wanted then. He'd look to have got it off the line nice and clean.
Yeah. And to be fair, the top positions haven't changed much. Simbi got a really, really bad start. Knocked him down to 4th, having started in 2nd.
Yeah, I think Rui George made up a place off the start.
Yeah, and Nick Nat followed through with him. Something, a massive accident must have been between Castro, must be in between Lee, PR Oliver, because they've lost massive positions, having started a lot.
Yeah, looking at the positions. Just trying to see who's got damage. We got Amandio with quite a lot of damage to his front wing. Spaceman's got damage. Castro France has no front wing. So there's a pit stop strategy coming up there. Lap 13. It looks like for a 1-stop.
Yeah. Tim V heads to the pits.
So
He'll
luckily,
disappointed with that.
Yeah, definitely. He was in a good position there to have a good race. Just watch the pit crew get to work. No, it looks like he got held in the pits there as well. Saved his... Well, it looks like a few drivers have saved their penalties now, yeah.
So 2 laps in, behind the safety car, we've got Chris who still leads, followed by Rui George and Nick Nax. Mitch in 4th, Would You Rather in 5th, and the truck 6th, GT Fanatics 7th, PR Oliver 8th, and then I think it's all the fellas who've pitted already. Simbi 9th, Desert Rat 10th, Spaceman 11th, T-Luck 12th, Amandio 13th, Mini Daniels 14th.
Looks like sorry, Infamous. Looks like Mini Daniels picked up a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. Speeding under the pit lane. So he's going to want to get that served as soon as, and maybe hope for another safety car.
Yeah, another safety car to even the field out again. Yeah, so yeah, basically pretty much from P9 downwards we've all had to pit.
Yeah. Chaos going into the first turn, which is the long straight, heading down to turn 2. Yeah, I don't think anyone would have wanted that, but let's see who can make up the most time and capitalize on this really crazy race. And Mini Daniels heads in. I'm not sure if he knows that you can't serve a drive-through under the pits, under the safety car, sorry.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's about to find out. Let's see if he is actually. Yep, yeah, he's in the pit saving a penalty by the looks of it. So he must have had a pen. Yeah, he must have had a penalty on top of his drive-through. New front wing
damage. Yeah, which is smart. Sort out all issues with the car under the safety car.
Yep.
Come on, safety car should be wanting to go in this lap. As we're approaching the final sector, are we going to get indicated that the safety car is in this lap?
Yeah, I should imagine it should be coming in this lap. Looks like Amandio is almost caught up to the back of the field. Mini Daniels is one more lap.
Yeah. Which I'm not sure what the conditions are going to be for the rest of the race, but if it is looking to get drier, this will help their strategies.
Oh yeah, definitely. If that just adding extra laps of life onto your intermediates, the longer you're behind the safety car.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to check the weather to see if it is going to be a mixed conditions race. So I had a feeling earlier as well that we would get a wet race in Russia. I don't know why.
I'm glad it's come to fruition.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I was gonna say hopefully we don't get it for tier 1, but I said it last week and it didn't work. So. Don't know if anyone watched the stream of the tier 1 race for last week, but let's just say I didn't have the best of evenings.
No, neither did I. Very, very difficult race last week in Singapore. And I think another very difficult race this week in a different way. The openness of the track just makes it so difficult to get clean laps, lacks of penalties, and I think, when this safety car hopefully finally goes in at the end of this lap, we can finally get this action going.
Yep, there we go, safety car is in this lap. I wish I had checked my Discord earlier now, because Casto was going to give me the weather update before the session started. So let's see how Chris copes with this restart in these conditions. Everyone needs to be careful not to make contact with the car in front. Not only do you get a 5-second penalty from the game, you also get another penalty for not paying attention.
As he slows everyone down, trying to get the jump on the guys just behind him. He's taken this to the line, and
looks like there was some contact then. It looks like he might have slowed down a bit. Well, we're back racing.
Oh, Rui George touched the wall.
Just trying to take so much, like, there's not much curb on that inside either, and when you try and take as much of it as you can, it's easily done. Chris seems to have made an awesome start, but I think Nick Nack's got a bit of damage. A few cars running wide behind. Yeah, Nick Nack's is missing an end plate.
Yellow flags in sector 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah, this I did notice that the yellows came out as soon as we went back to racing, so this could just be a little glitch in the game.
Christus extending his lead while we have action everywhere from 4th place onwards.
Mini Daniel getting a move done on Gemio, but look, Gemio back. Just positions switching back and forward between these two.
This battle in the midfield, there is a massive train from, well, to be fair, Ango's truck and Would You Rather all the way through towards where Spaceman is.
Yeah, I'm on board with Would You Rather just now. Oh, he's just sent it down the inside the Mitch. Got that move done nice and clean.
What an overtake. GT Fanatic has just done the same. Rui George, I think, is popped into the pits.
Mitch not taking any risks into turn 1. Just trying to stay nice and close behind Would You Rather.
In the dry, I think he may have. It's just too dangerous in the wet. And we've got... Oh,
looks like we've got someone in the wall.
There's a rat right into the wall. Caught a bit of that. Oh. Safety car is back on.
Just on board with Mini Daniel to see if we can see Desert Rat's car on track. Yep, and there it is. He has made contact with the wall. So that's a second safety car.
Yeah. Desert Rat, I think, just completely lost the back end and went straight into the wall.
Be interesting to know what kind of setups people are running, like whether they are on dry setups because of quali, or did they check the weather?
Yeah, and I think that could be a contributor to a few of the incidents and mistakes that we've seen. It's very easy to just go into qualifying, load your setup, go out, and then realise you've got a wet race and you're in part firme and you can't do anything about your setup.
Yeah. And also it's sometimes, I know I've done it myself personally, if you've got a mixed conditions race with a wet start, sometimes you do just risk it and you throw the dry setup on, and it doesn't always work.
Well, if it is going to get drier, and we head to slick tyres, they're going to be struggling now, and they're just going to get through it.
Right, so it looks like Nick Nack's Rock has just made an overtake under safety car conditions.
Yeah, we've been on board that.
I don't know if he knows. Does he know that they're not meant to be racing? He must do, but I picked that up on my stream there as well.
Yeah.
So,
but I do think Nick Nack was ahead, and something must have happened, and he was just regaining his position.
Be interesting to find out more about that after the race.
Yeah.
Looks like the final few cars are just making their way around the last part of Sector 1, so hopefully they can catch up to the back of the pack and we can get racing again pretty soon.
Yeah, as long as they catch the pack before the final sector, we should be good to go. So after 7 laps, Chris 1999's had an easy and clean start to the race, even having suffered 2 safety cars and safety car restarts. Nick Nack making up had 2 positions in second, Wuchiwada third, Mitch fourth, Anglo Truck fifth, GT Fanatic sixth, Tim V seventh, Spaceman eighth, PR Oliver ninth, and T Luck in 10th. And safety cars out for another lap. Seems like we've had safety car after safety car, and I've had like 1 lap of racing.
Yeah. Yep, that's pretty much the way it's gone then.
T-Luck just been given a 5-second penalty for hitting Jimmy under the safety car.
It's a skill in itself, being able to follow a safety car. Do you know what I mean? And run closely to the other cars.
Yeah.
Like from the outside looking in, you'd think, oh, it can't be that hard going slow behind the car, but believe it or not, it is a bit tricky.
Yeah, I feel like I have to concentrate more behind the safety car than actually driving the car past.
Yeah. Yeah, you're looking at who's in front, who's behind, maybe changing strategy, playing with your fuel mix. There's a lot going on when you're following a safety car.
Yeah. Talking to Jeff and trying to get as much information about the race as a whole as well.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you've rear-ended someone. It looks like Chris just wants to get this safety car going. They're probably suffering from cold tyres. I think this has been their 3rd lap behind the safety car, 4th lap behind the safety car. So yeah, the guys, they're going to want the safety car to run a tad faster. Bert Mylander is obviously sticking to his Delta, the virtual Bert Mylander, and I'm hopeful the safety car is gonna be pitting this lap so we can get going. And is it me, Ian, or is it getting drier?
It does
It
look that
doesn't
way.
look.
The rain's stopped, so I think we could be looking at going on to slicks in a couple of laps.
I am looking forward to this. This should really mix it up. And it's official, safety car in this lap.
So
Trying to get that final bit of tyre temperature in his tyres, Chris, and the rest of the pack. First major braking turn is going to be difficult going into turn 2.
yeah, it's going to be tricky now, especially now it's starting to dry up a little bit. So
Yeah.
it won't take much, I don't think, for these tyres to get a bit hot. Got Nick just about to make a break for it.
And he waits for as long as he can and plants it on the start-finish straight. Go, he's got a decent start. The front guy's got a decent start, but Mitch all over. Would you rather? Yep,
Yeah, it looks like Mitch is gonna get it.
Side by side. Carries the speed across. Would you rather? Defends it off track? Is he going to be instructed to hand back that position? Doesn't look like it, so Mitch is going to have to do the work the hard way.
Got a yellow in sector 1.
Oh yeah, we've got Billy Daniels spinning in the fast left.
Trying to check if they're running with some damage. Yeah, you've got PR Oliver's missing half of his front wing. He must have had a touch of something.
With T-Lock hitting the wall in turn 4, I think that is.
That's it. Now I think you can see like quite a few drivers now are struggling with the change in track conditions.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem to be much spray coming off the cars now. Maybe another lap, and you'll see people pitting for, I would say, mediums could go to the end here.
Yeah. Mediums, yeah, mediums should.
Yeah, it's not.
And we've got, Nick Knack rocks into the pits. That's Brave from second place. He wants to get the undercut on Chris.
Got Mitch diving into the pits as well. Spaceman coming in. Be good to see what kind of tyres they go on. Oh, saving a penalty as well. Nick Knack's rock.
Great pit stop for Mitch, sorry. That was clean in and out, didn't get blocked.
So that Nick Knack's rocks has saved his 5 seconds penalty, and he's got a brand new set of mediums on, heading out of the pits. SDFC's just pitted. Many Daniels as well on the mediums.
Yep.
The SDFC also on the mediums.
We've got Mitch on the softs.
That's an interesting strategy. There's no way the softs are going to last.
Brave, he's the first driver on the dry tyres, and he's on softs.
I think if that was me, I would have went for the mediums and just made them work till the end. See what kind of. So we got the top 7 still out on intermediates, and then from P8 down have all pitted for the soft tyres, with Amandio is on hards. He's the only driver on hards, and Mitch is the only one on softs.
So we need to see
So you got
Mitch can get in front of Chris.
Chris has decided to stay out. Would you rather's came into the pits. Angle Truck is in the pits, Sim V, Rui George, Jimmy O. I think Chris might have missed an opportunity to pit there.
Chris is the only driver left on track. on the intermediate tyres.
Yeah.
We understand he's in the lead. He needs to be the most cautious. But I certainly think that he needed to have pitted that lap.
You've got Angle Truck serving a penalty and going on the hard tyres. Casto is on the mediums.
Yeah, Mitch is gonna. Ooh, Mitch hasn't made it past. Would you rather? Having pitted a lap earlier and on the softer compound, Mitch has not managed to. That must have been a really good in lap from Would You Rather.
Yeah. You got Chris picking up a penalty.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be much Would You Rather can do to against these fresh softs on Mitch.
No.
Not even. Not really. Oh, the retirement.
Oh, safety car.
We've got Angle Truck here in the wall. He was on the hard tyres as well. Maybe struggling to get the heat into them. Simv picking up a drive-through.
So, to be fair, this has worked into Chris's hands so perfectly. He gets to pit under the safety car.
Yep, and he should still come out in P1 and he'll be on fresher tyres. I'm on board with him now to see what tyres he decides to go on. Onto the mediums.
Yeah, mediums is the best shout here. I just think the hards will be too slow.
Yeah, and the softs won't last long enough.
Well, yeah.
I don't think
mediums will wear out towards the end, but they're still quick enough. Yep, and Chris easily comes out having pitted under the safety car in first place. Yeah. So we're 12 laps in, behind the safety car, Chris having just pitted. We're in a scenario again where Chris has now got a penalty, and Would You Rather doesn't have a penalty. It's impressive to those who haven't yet got any corner cutting penalties, or even penalties hitting someone behind a safety car.
Yeah.
Thus far, having had it's our third safety car of the evening.
Yeah, we got Would You Rather Mitch and Rui George in the top four with no penalties.
Yeah. I think Mitch must think that the soft tyres could go to the end because
I can't see them going to the end.
Because he's committing. I would have thought if they were accidentally put under, he would have tried to correct that under the safety car.
Unless he could just be hoping the quicker tyre now, and then fresher mediums towards the end he might have the pace to make some places back.
To be fair, he could put softs on for the back end of the race.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to put on the two different compounds.
Yeah, that's a good point there. We've got Casto is in the pits. Not sure if he's got damage. Yep, he's got a broken wing, so he's pitting for a fresh set of mediums and a new wing.
So 13 laps in, Ian. Um, you got any early estimations as to how this race is going to finish up?
I've got no idea at the moment. Like, with 3 safety cars already, some tricky conditions at the start. I think it is just going to come down to penalties now.
Yeah.
If everyone can keep their nose clean, avoid damage. Yeah, I think it's going to be penalties again that decide who's a winner.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Safety
cars in
cars
this
coming
lap.
in.
Chris is now the de facto safety car. He's been a safety car as much as he's been racing today. It's 1999. Getting that tire temperature down. I think tire temperature now is even more important than it was on the wet tires, on the intermediate tires. They're going to be cold as hell. Hope the safety car peels into the pit lane. And when is he gonna go? Slow into the penultimate corner.
Yeah, he's backed them all up nicely there.
Put down. And
Oh, we've got Mitch and Rui George side by side there at the restart.
Rui George has made that position on Mitch. And Mitch isn't having it. He's back on the inside. Oh, nice break, late braking there from Rui George.
Yeah, nice and clean into turn 1.
Yep, I think Castro, yeah, has just done the same move to Mini Daniels. Mitch is gonna need to get these soft tyres. He needs to use these soft tyres now.
Yeah.
Falling behind Rui George is not part of his plan for after the safety car.
And all the time these 4 are battling away, it's giving Chris the opportunity to break away from a pack up to 1.5 seconds now.
So Mitch getting the traction from those soft tyres.
Round the outs, oh, a little bit of contact.
Hard defending, but good racing there.
You can just see how much more grip Mitch has got at the moment on those soft tyres.
He must be so frustrated that he just can't use it. But they will fall away quite quickly.
Got a yellow in sector 3. Looks like Sim V. Oh, it's in the pits.
His drive through. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
The GT Fanatic as well. He's gone for pit stop front wing change.
Yep, Sim V's just serving his drive through. Got Would You Rather's managed to break away from the pack a little bit now. Close the gap down a bit to Chris.
And whereas Mitch was looking forwards towards Rui George, he's now got knickknacks on his gearbox. Not sure if those 4-lap old soft tyres, and I know 3 of those 4 laps were behind a safety car.
Would You Rather just made a bit of a mistake there, turned in far too early for that and then caught the big sausage curb.
Penalties are racking up now.
Yeah. Got Rui George and PR Oliver, the only ones without penalties at the moment.
So just over 50%. It's only just gone half distance.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like so much more has happened, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So let's see the exit from Mitch in the final corner.
We've got Chris just setting fastest lap after fastest lap.
It's just not working. Mitch just can't use these soft tyres.
Yeah.
And kudos to Rui George and the fellas that he's racing in keeping him behind. As Rui George is now slowly pulled himself closer to Would You Rather. Got down to only 0.6.
I've got Jimmy O closing up the back of Knickknacks Rock in less than a second. Seems to be quite a gap between the rest of the field, but the top, well, 3, 4, 5 and 6 seem to be battling quite hard.
And I think
Oh, Rui George
anyone
is...
gets caught in a train, anyone who gets caught battling, you're going to be stuck there battling with them unless you capitalise on someone making a mistake and getting out of that DRS zone. Rui George. Ooh. Mitch
manages to get the manages to get that place back that he lost.
Yeah, and Knickknacks has capitalised on, and Jimmy have both capitalised on Mitch pitting now.
Yeah, I think Mitch has realised those soft tyres just it wasn't the right choice. He's going on to another set of softs, but they'll go the 10 laps. But that has dropped him all the way down to P12 now.
So, in terms of penalties, Knickknacks got 9 seconds worth of corner cutting penalties. Castro France as well. But the rest of the front guys, all on 3 seconds.
Got G1 Fanatic has retired from his session. It looks like he's retired in a pit lane, but...
We've got Amandia who has served 5 pit stops this race. Castor France 4 pit stops. But Chris, would you rather Knickknacks having only served 1 so far?
What's happened to Rui George?
Oh, virtual.
Oh, he's bend it. He's going backwards. Oh, he's lost his entire front wing as well.
Oh,
it's a shame. He was having quite a good race as well.
Yeah. The guys at the front will be pleased to get a bit of respite there from him, because I think he was really pushing, and he's retired from the...
Yeah, he's retired on track, but unfortunately. Car's pulling off to the side.
Yeah.
So there seems to be quite steady gaps now between everyone else. Well, Gemio is less than a second behind Knickknacks Rock still.
Yeah. And PR Oliver, him and Simbi, last 2 men standing.
Oh, Knickknacks Rock's got a drive-through. Speeding under VSC.
Oh, that's ruined his race.
Yeah.
Completely ruined his race there.
It's easily done under the VSC, but it's like I was saying, I think I've said to you and a few people we race with as well, it's better to be a second behind the car in front on the restart than getting a drive-through penalty.
Yeah. 1000%. Keep the delta 3 to 5 tenths in the green. I'd rather be safe than sorry, because that's 28 seconds.
Yeah.
That he's gonna lose there.
Who have we got?
And
so, Jimmy will be able to see the fact that Knickknack's got a drive-through now, so
yeah, he doesn't need to push him.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to fight him too hard or take any risks.
And as it stands, Jimmy O needs to pull another 3 seconds, well, another have a 3-second gap to Mandiel, as he's got 3 seconds worth of penalties more than Mandiel behind him. But it's a good race so far from Jimmy O. Hectic, calm, cool through all the mess of the race so far. Mitch slams in the fastest lap on those first softs. Yeah, and I'm going to stay on board for a little while with Jimmy R and Nax, as that's the closest battle on track, as well as PR Oliver and Spaceman. Russia does seem to, it's a sort of track that does extend the field and spread the field out a fair bit.
Yeah.
Because it is really hard to follow in the dirt here through these 90 rights and 90 lefts.
Jimmy O is just not giving up on this fight he's having with Nick Nax. Who else we've got? Castos was just within a second.
Yep, and Nick Nax now pits his service drive-through penalty and gets 5 seconds for speeding under the pit lane. Oh my god.
It's just going from bad to worse for I feel his pain, man. It happens so many times.
He will be raging, and I am raging for him.
I think me and Slayer done it one night at a race. We had 5-second penalties, and we went in to save the penalties and picked up another one going into the pit lane.
So we got Castor France, who's with it about a second to Amandia.
Yeah, he's trying his hardest to get within that DRS zone. Amandio looks like he's got enough overtake to defend.
Oh yeah, he's been storing it up, hasn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair, in a wet race you don't need much.
Oh no, it's treacherous if you try and use overtake sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Just spin up the rears and put it in the wall. So Casto's got that gap down to 0.4 of a second. He'll be looking to get a move done on the straight, start-finish straight. I've only just noticed as well, Amandio is on the harder tyre, so he's doing quite well to keep Castro behind for this long. 10 lap old hard tyres versus 7 lap old mediums.
So Castro's just got to keep this, just keep patient, wait for the DRS straight. And as it stands, this is the closest battle on track. Castro overtake DRS. Amandia kind of places his car in the middle of the track. Castro wants the inside line. Oh, and Amandia wants to hold it round. Good overtake.
Yeah, there's not much you could have done then against the medium tyres, I don't think. Plus a combination of DRS and overtake.
So now Castu's got a job on his hands. He needs to pull 3 seconds before the end of the race. I'll hope that Amanda gets another 3-second penalty. But no,
Yeah.
he's had a good race so far. Has gained 5 positions from a starting place. Jimmy O, having gained 8 positions, having started outside of the top 10. He's running in 3rd.
Yeah, he's having an awesome race. If he manages to keep that gap to the car behind and doesn't pick up any more penalties, a podium's pretty safe for Jimmy O, I think.
Yeah.
Chris and Would You Rather are just driving away from the field.
Yeah. So as we approach we're in the final 4 laps of the race, it looks to have stabilised between the cars on track. Chris with a 4.7, 4.8 second lead from Would You Rather in second. Jimmy O, great, strong 3rd place that he's holding on to. Castu France is promoted into 4th. Mandio 5th. Mini Daniel 6th. Spaceman 7th. PR Oliver 8th. Nitin Rocks 9th. He will be gutted. I think definitely had a podium.
Yeah,
for a podium position this race.
They've got Castro's picked up another penalty there.
That's good. I think that might compromise him for the end of the race, Castu.
Yeah, that's him up to 12 seconds now. So he could possibly lose 4th. Unless he builds a 6-second gap to Amandio, which 4 laps to go, I can't see it.
And the longer we go through this race, the more that Amandio's hard tyres come into play. Castu's got the youngest tyres on track of the medium runners. 9 laps as opposed to 12 laps for most of the guys that run running. But we've seen these hard tyres in this year's game get better and better as the stick goes on. So
yeah, it's when the mediums start to die off. That's when the hards come into their own then.
And they really get fast. They really get really good, those tyres.
Scott Amandio was looking for a way past Castro into turn 1. Doesn't manage to do it. Keeps it nice and clean though. Gets a good drive out. Yeah, I think this could be getting to the point now where the mediums are starting. Oh, and he's lost it. As I was saying, the mediums are starting to fall off. Castro's lost the back end and put it in the wall.
Oh, mate.
That's bringing out a VSC, which is just going to neutralise the field. Luckily, Castro got away with that with just damaging the front wing.
Yeah, and not DNFing.
Yep, if I was him now, pit, new wing, set of softs on, hopefully get a top 10 finish. And that's us racing again back to green, so...
So we've got Spaceman who's just behind PR Oliver. That's the closest gap on track.
Yeah.
I think PR Oliver got past Spaceman.
Yeah, it looks like Spaceman's missing an end plate. So you could be struggling a little bit.
Yeah. He's definitely got damage.
Castro is in the pits. New front wing, set of softs going on. He's gonna come back out in P10 by the looks of it. No, P11. So we got Spaceman still chasing PR Oliver. Oliver runs really wide at that corner.
Wide. I think he left Russia.
Yeah.
Went to another country there, man.
Went for a little day trip. But Spaceman will just be trying his hardest not to keep him behind, knowing he's got a bit of damage to the front wing.
Yeah. This can be a battle to the end of the race between these two, Spaceman and PR Oliver. Every point counts as PR Oliver locks up going into the chicane.
But yeah, it does it is the only battle that seems to be going on track just now.
Yeah. With 2 laps to go, Chris is just maintaining and managing his gap of around 5.5 seconds from Would You Rather.
Yeah.
Jimmy O with a strong 3rd position. And I think he's been making up the time regarding the penalty situation. Yep. Both on 6 seconds, so that's a straight battle on track for positions. So really happy, really good for Jimmy to be 3rd and Mandio 4th. Mandio, to be fair, has had a very, very busy race.
Yeah, definitely.
5 pit stops that Mandio has had.
I think we could be looking at Jimmy O for driver of the day today.
Yeah. And you know what, it might be, in my eyes, Mandio definitely recovery of the day, because to have had 5 pit stops. He started quite well as well this race.
Yeah.
He started in 6th, so to have done 5 pit stops and still made up 2 positions to gain 4, that's a great recovery from me.
Yeah, definitely. To manage to end up in the top 5 after stopping that many times, he's definitely had a hectic race. Done well.
And it's the final lap.
Oh, someone's just spun round then and got collected by, was it Mitch? It was PR Oliver spun and got collected by someone. I didn't quite see who it was.
And just on board now with Chris as he goes through the 2nd sector, just keeping it clean, no mistakes, and it's been another strong performance from Chris. 1999. Would You Rather, I think. Would be happy with 2nd.
Yeah.
Clear off all of the incidents we've had this race.
I think Jimmy O is going to be over the moon with a podium.
He'll be the happiest on the podium, I think. Definitely, he's fought and battled through the field today, dealt with all the incidents on track, and kept his nose clean, which is all you need to do. Keep your nose clean, and the result will come your way. And Chris takes the checkered flag and wins. Great performance from him.
Yep, a dominant performance from Chris there.
Would You Rather crosses the line in 2nd.
Jimmy O just coming around to take the final spot on the podium.
Great performance there from Jimmy O.
Yep, he's got to be driver of the day.
And recovery driver of the day for Amandi out there, Mr. 5 pit stops.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, I remember Mini Daniels spinning into turn 3, and he's gone and picked up a 5th position there, so that's congrats to him. Mitch, what could have been for him? Mitch, what this could have been.
A few drivers picking up penalties for unserved penalties. Just waiting for the final free to cross the line. SimV jumps up into 9th after penalties and that.
Yeah.
That's not, you'll be happy with that, from outside of the points into the points. That was a good race. That was Mini Daniel gets driver of the day. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Mini Daniels for driver of the day.
And well done to
Chris 1999.
to Chris on the win.
Great performance, and congratulations to the top 3 drivers for getting a podium, getting onto the podium. Would You Rather and Jimmy O. And also congratulations to all the drivers that made it to the end.
Yeah, that was a tricky start to a race.
Yeah.
We've seen 3 safety cars in the first 12 laps. But all in all, it was quite a good race. Then Castro just missing out on the extra point for fastest lap there. Unlucky. Good lap time though. Unlucky to miss out on the extra point. So yeah, it's been another good race. Round 4 of L2S F1 Tier 2. And they're still providing some good racing. Some exciting stuff on track. Just a shame about some of the incidents, but that's to be expected in those conditions.
Oh, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Loads of action, loads of safety cars, some good battles,
Yeah.
a few incidents, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being in the comms box with you, Ian.
Yeah, it's my pleasure as always, Infamous.
Pleasure is all mine, buddy. And thank you to all of you who have joined us today on the live stream across the YouTube and Twitch channel. And for those who will be catching up on the race over the next few days, remember to like, comment, subscribe to all our various socials, and we will be looking to start our Tier 1 race in about 40 minutes at 9 o'clock. So I think we've got Seb Boa, who will be streaming this on his YouTube channel, which we will attach the link to. So join us on there. You'll find myself, Infamous, and Ian MC racing here in Russia. And any last words from you, Ian?
No, it's just been an awesome race again. Like I just said, Tier 2 are providing some good entertainment week in, week out so far. I'm looking forward to doing comms next week at Japan, my favourite track of the calendar.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to it too, buddy. So, thank you all. Have a good evening, and thank you for joining us
Yep,
tonight.
and we'll see you next week.
Peace.